Esther!
Your shoes are on.
I know, it's finally getting a little chilly out. Meaning I kind of need to wear shoes sometimes. Are we still gonna barefoot hike?
Hell yeah, right?
We're gonna barefoot hike.
I'll be there in a sec.
Wow.
That's Trevor. Hey, Esther Trevor here. Welcome to Outrageous Originality, where I and a soul that I love and admire spend some time outside and I ask them 3 questions about life and being true to self. Today, my guest is Trevor, who, hosts a little trivia show with me called Trivia with Esther and Trevor. He's the Trevor part. Isn't that right, buddy?
I thought I was the Esther part.
You wish.
I've been wrong this whole time.
We're gonna talk to him here in, how long is this creek, Trev?
How long is what?
This creek.
Oh, 7 Mile Creek?
7 Mile.
I don't know.
Fact check.
That's
7
what
Mile
the
Tree.
advertising says. Are we de-shoeing? I'll de-shoe if you de-shoe.
I'll do it.
Let's do it.
We've been talking about this for a while. Proof. Trevor is also my friend, as well as my guest today, which I think we established. And Trevor, I wanted to ask you about boundaries in relationships and why they are important.
So when it comes to boundaries in relationships, one thing that I've always tried to express to people is that when it comes to any relationship, whether it be a romantic, family, friendship, or even colleagues, co-workers, or professional, you always need to make sure that you're having a certain level of autonomy in any relationship. Because by the end of the day, you're the one who knows how you best tick. Yes, it's always going to be great to interact with other people, and it's always going to be super to form connections with everybody else. By the way, former teacher here too, so like I said, this is why I've given this chat numerous times. But you always want to make sure that you have that own sense of autonomy too. Plus it also just goes into if you don't know how to regulate your own emotions, how can you ever expect to regulate somebody else's emotions or help somebody else with their own emotions as well? So boundaries, they're in the eye of the beholder. You always just want to make sure that it's openly communicated, whether that is through nonverbals or very blunt verbals. Like right now, Esther's keep 6 feet away from me. I'm verbally telling Esther my current boundary. Esther and I also showed that boundaries change. Normally I would give Esther a big huge hug and tell Esther how much I've missed her. But with the COVID situation, we gotta have extra boundaries that we have established mutually together.
That's right. Good job. High five. Unified front.
Unified front, Esther.
Oh, yes.
That's all for you, Esther.
Thank you. I think you did that for you. Yes, that's what I think. Hey, Trevor, why do you garden? What is the benefit of having your beautiful garden?
Garden. So why do I garden? One of my biggest passions in life has always been cooking, which slowly led into me wanting to do gardening, because if you have fresh herbs, my whole thing with gardening, I'll just start with just me having fresh herbs on a porch in a really crappy small apartment, just because it's basil that's fresh tastes better than basil that comes from the little spice jar thingy. And then if you buy fresh basil in a store, it's ridiculously expensive, or you can buy a seed pack for 99 cents. So the older I got, the more potting planters I would start to acquire for my patio garden, which then even turned into me getting the ones that go over your railing, and I would start planting carrots and onions, because it's well, hey, if I can grow my own mint and basil and sage and all these other things, why can't I start growing other fruits and veggies? And then that just goes into me enjoying cooking. You get a whole new level of satisfaction when you make something where literally every single thing that you've put into this pot or this pan or the oven or whatever have you is something that you've literally created with your hands from seeds.
Okay, my friend and co-host Trevor, what is something you would like all beings alive at this point to understand?
All beings alive at this point to understand. That's a tough one. If I suppose I had to give one piece of advice for somebody to understand, it would be to just know that nothing is permanent. I don't say that in a dark, sad, and gloomy way, but that can go both positive and negative. If you have something good in your life, you always got to make sure that you're working to keep it good, because it can always go away. But also, if you're having struggles in your life, or there are bad things happening in your life, that too is not permanent. Whatever struggle you are going through, it is not permanent. Whatever good thing is going on, hang on to it, because it is not permanent.
Deep. And that's so true. It is like the flowing of this river, if I may add. Thanks, Trevor!
Thank you. Yeah, because it's like, I used to like do a lot of like walking and jogging and stuff, and I'd always get like sore hips and knees. But it's like your body literally has like tens of thousands of years worth of evolution to make walking on your feet the best form of walking.
Yes.
And it's like since I started like
And
literally walking everywhere barefoot, no more knee and hip problems.
that's awesome.